Good morning. Welcome to Dartmoor. Disclaimer, I'm not a YouTube man. Don't like and subscribe. Whatever. Just thought I'd do a review of another tent that I'm trying to kind of add to my collection. So this is the Terra Nova Voyager 2.2. They don't make this tent anymore. You can't buy it. I bought it second hand on eBay. I won it for about £155 in May 2024. It is now August 2024, and it was summer 2 days ago, and now all of a sudden it's autumn. It was chilly last night, it chucked it down with rain. It's not too bad this morning, but it suddenly is not summer within the space of 48 hours, although of course the kids are still on their summer holidays at the moment for another week. I bought this because a year ago I bought a Terra Nova Northern Light 2, which was a newish tent at the time, and there were no reviews of it when I bought it. And that was meant to be my one tent to rule them all, and I have done a video of that tent as well. And I found that tent incredibly frustrating because I think Terra Nova on their website underplay quite how important having the addition of these trekking poles to kind of make the structure sturdy is. So they list that as kind of an optional feature, but actually in order for it to not be a saggy sock, as I saw somebody call it on a forum recently, so in order for it to not be really saggy inside, and in order for it to be stable at all in any wind, much less wind than this, you really do have to have the sides propped up with these trekking poles. I don't walk with trekking poles, so that's another sort of 800-900 grams that I've got to add onto the weight. And also I find that a bit of a faff having to put these extra poles in, and they're sort of in the way and stuff. So I used that tent like 5 times. I've sold it. I've got most of my money back on it, to be honest. I bought it for £490, sold it for £410 a year later, having used it 5 times. That's good value. So someone else can have a go with that. And then I've been trying to find a replacement. I think this is it. I think this might be the best one-man tent for me possible. I will I'll spin the camera around. I'll give you a little talk. Terra Nova Voyager 2.2. It's 2.2 because it's 2.2 kilograms. Now the normal Voyager, which I've got, by the way, is 2 kilos. And I really like the Voyager. It's one of my favourites. But this thing is sort of a different take on that design. So the Voyager's got this same sort of higher at the front end, but you lie with your head here and your feet down there. And the Voyager is wide enough for one person with a lot of extra space for your gear in with you. I think that it would be a real squeeze if you had 2 people in there, and you would have to have them on mummy shaped pads. So this is different, right? So on the 2.2, you lie sideways, and there's room for 2 people, but there's room for 1 big person and room for 1 small person in the way it's designed, and I'll show you that inside in a minute. It has got my favourite type of door. So this is a must for me, and one of the things that the Northern Light didn't have, and I didn't realise until I'd used it a few times how important it was to me actually. So I must have a nice big door, and it's for a couple of reasons. I like to sit with a cup of coffee or having my tea and being able to look out the door, and obviously you can put that all the way up and kind of keep it there, so you've just got like a porthole to look out of. So that's what I was doing last night. I sat eating my tea, I was looking out at the rain, and I was just now when I woke up. I was watching the sunrise. Not that it wasn't at sunrise, it was very cloudy, but I was able to look out this great big window at the beautiful view, which is the whole point of coming up here, right? So must have one of these, whereas the Northern Light and a lot of other tents have just got, a zip that you fold back and you almost have to crawl in through. That doesn't do it for me. The benefit of this type of door as well is that you can have the top open when you're cooking, or you can have the side open a bit when you're cooking. It's very, very versatile. You can also, and I won't do it now, but I could also zip that up, and if I wanted, I could just unzip this side and roll this. You can see it's got the toggle on there. I could just roll this side back if I wanted. So if the wind was coming from this direction, or there's someone else camped next to me here, I could just have the side open. Really versatile door, love it. And it's got this little rain bit, so you can have the top open, which I have all through the night, even though it's been hammering it down from about 2 in the morning till 5 in the morning. I've had the tent open, and this kind of umbrella almost stops the rain coming in. The other thing I really like about these doors is when everything is drenched, when it's all soaking wet, which it isn't today because it's had a chance to blow off in the wind, but when everything is dripping, absolutely soaked, and you want to get in or out, you want to hop out for a wee in a break in the storm, you can just step in and out without having to crouch or touch anything. You can get in and out of the door without ever touching it. I don't take my boots off. I'll show you the inside. Whilst we're here. So, big porch. Loads of head height. I'm 5'10". Loads of head height. I've got a cord around the inside of it. This is a long and wide mat, and there is room there for maybe not another long, well, definitely not another long mat because it tapers over there, but a regular width, regular length mat would absolutely fit next to you, which I will at some point use when I'm out with one of the kids. You've got 2 big storage pockets there, 2 big storage pockets here, and you actually get to use both of them as well, because in this tent it's got the toggle for holding back the fly, whereas in the Voyager you sort of stuff, it's got 2 storage things, one at the bottom, one at the top, and you shove the thing in the top pocket, which means if you use it for storing things, it gets kind of mixed up. Where's your bag, I hear you ask? Yeah, it's through here. So you get a little back door, and I quite like this. Oh. You just get a little back door and another little vestibule. So, you know, I'm not getting in and out of it, but it's big enough for your bags. So the wind's blowing in from this direction at the moment. So it's big enough for a couple of bags. That's a 65 litre Osprey. You could easily fit a couple of those. There's room at the end there for your food, or you could put your boots there or whatever, right? Lots of space. And you've got another little door for climbing in and out of. And I was thinking this might be quite useful when I come with the dog, actually, because I could be sat here cooking with the door open there, and the dog could come and go behind me without having to walk past where I'm doing the food and that kind of thing. Just close that up a minute. Yeah, well impressed. Really, really sturdy. It's about 25-mile-an-hour gusts, according to Met Office. I haven't bothered to test it because I can't be bothered. But I do have my anemometer, it's in the bag. Yeah, 25-mile-an-hour gusts-ish. Said last night it was up to 30-mile-an-hour gusts-ish. It does seem windy. I have been out in much, much more than that. I was out in Storm Fergus here, actually, in November 2023, and broke a pole on my Voyager. Yeah, really, really good. Like this. Let's stick the boots back on, and I'll show you the back of it, and then we're done. Look, see? Look how easy that is to hop in and out. And there you are, look, we can leave that open for ventilation, and it is covered from the rain. Here's the little back door. Ta-da! And the other thing I quite like about this is because it's designed for this side to be facing into the wind, you've got these little clamps bearing in mind that it's sort of 12-ish years old and it's had a good bit of use as well. There's a few patches. Sorry, I had to stop filming because my alarm went off to remind me that I need to go to work. Yeah, so being sort of 12 years old, I have given it 2 coats of Fabsil Gold on the outer, just to make sure it's nice and waterproof. I really worked it into all the seams. The seam tape on the inside is in really good condition. It must have been redone at some point, I think, because my Quasar that I've got, which is only 10 years old, is all cracked, and I had to redo that myself earlier this year. And I've also redone all the lines because it had the white old school kind of basic cord on it. So I've now put clam plates and 2mm Dyneema on all the points. Yeah, there we go. For anybody that's wondering, a thermometer, I highly recommend one of these. I've got more around my house, but it's really good. Don't really need it at the moment, but I keep it stuck on my rucksack. It's called my adventure meter on the app, and when I've been out over the winter, because that's outside, when you're in the tent it allows you to see what the temperature is outside, which is of course interesting. So it got down to minus 4.8 earlier this year when I was where was I? I was on those rocks at the back over there, and it was minus 4.8 and snow. Right, so there we go. Voyager 2.2, thumbs up. 150 quid well spent if you can pick one up.